In this lesson, we're going to learn how to overload the input and the output operators. And we're going to start with the input operator. But first, let me show you very quickly. We've defined a name class, very simple class. Gets the first, middle, last name. We have a constructor to get the name in. Then we have a display function to display the name, and that's really all we need for this demonstration. So what we want to do is we want to be able to use the input operator to get a name in using the standard cin and not have to do anything else than that. So here's how we're going to do that. The input operator returns an object of iStream type. So that's the first thing we have to do. Then we have to provide the operator, the input operator. Then we have to tell it our iStream object, which we'll just call is. And then we want to provide a name object, a reference to a name object also. To get the name in, all we're going to do is we're going to write in is and then the input operator in first, followed by in middle, followed by in last, and then we return the is object as the return value. So the following program that I just wrote is going to demonstrate how the input object works. So let's run it and see. Whoops. Oh, forgot to pound include string. Could be one of the problems. Oh, I see. Oh, so the issue we have here is we have trying to use private data with this. So let's modify this for the sake of this particular argument. And we're going to make this all public. So we're going to call this public. Then we're going to take this out. Now let's watch how it works. Oops. Also, very quickly, we need a default constructor. There we go. Let's run it again. There we go. So, if we enter a name, Jonathan Raymond Ruff, and then it displays Jonathan Raymond Ruff as on the back end. So there's how our input operator works. Now the next step would then be to create an output operator. To do that, very similar technique, except this time it's an OStream operator. And notice we use a reference for this because it could be large data coming through these objects that we're passing. So here we're simply going to write out the first. Actually, we can't do it like that. We've got to say in first, in middle, and a space, and in last. And we may want to, let's leave the indel off for now. And then we return OS. So notice what we're doing is we're streaming the first, middle, and last name with a space to this OS object, and then we're going to return that. So now we're going to get the name in using our overloaded input operator, and we're going to get the name out using the overloaded output operator. So we'll do another name, Jennifer Cynthia Black, and it outputs the same thing. So to summarize, we can overload the input operator by providing a iStream object and a object for a class that we're working with. Then we simply use that object, the iStream object, to retrieve our data. Then we return that as the return value for the overloaded operator. Similar situation with the output operator. It's an O stream rather than an I stream. And we have an O stream object and a class object, and we simply stream the pieces of the class object that we want to display to see out to the OS object, and then we return OS as the return value of the function. And that's how we overload input and output.